Hi everybody, welcome to class. My name is Dr. Lou Sabina and I'm going to be your instructor for 5813, which is our leadership theory course. This introductory video is going to go over some of the assignments that you're going to have for the class, some of the expectations that I'll have, and kind of go over the premise of what this course is and what the purpose of it is as well. You're going to find that a lot of this class is supplemented with video lecture in addition to face-to-face lecture. This class is what I would call a true hybrid in the fact that we will meet face-to-face about half of the time and we'll meet online the other half of the time as well. When we meet online, you'll have video lectures just like this. When we meet face-to-face, we'll have face-to-face lectures. I'll still supplement with video lectures though, as I feel it's important for you to still have access to the content at a later date if you want the access to it. So, in theory, for most of you, this should be your first course in our graduate program. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes people have started over the summer, they've started in the spring. This course is only offered in the fall semesters currently at our institution, so some people might have been around for a while, or some people might be brand new. We're really going to focus on how this course is going to help you become a future school administrator. In particular, developing your leadership style, understanding different leadership styles, and seeing how those leadership styles can be helpful in mentoring others. So, over the course of the next, really 4 months, we're going to present you with 16 different leadership styles. Being new to graduate school and new to different instructors, you'll probably have me for some other classes. I do want to stress how important these two textbooks are, but I also want to stress, please don't waste your time in reading the textbooks page by page. You need to be selective readers and learn how to skim. You should skim every chapter in this textbook and only pick the couple of chapters that relate to who you are and your leadership style and read those particular chapters. That's what's going to help you as a student, and it's going to make you successful in this course. I don't quiz and I don't test in this class. This is a growth class. This really is to expose you to different leadership styles, just like an org theory class will be for me too. I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff at you. And some of it you're going to love and some of it you're going to hate. But the student next to you, some of it they're going to love is different than what you like, and they're going to hate stuff that you might like. That's the point of this class. In theory, you are only going to care about 20% of the material that I present for you in this class. If you care about more, my belief is that you care too much. You have to define your leadership style, understand people who are around you, and understand how you can mentor people to be leaders that might have different leadership styles. So my goal is 20% of the content I present you actually get. You're going to go over different types of assignments that are really reflective-based assignments. A lot of it, you don't need many citations, and the only citations you'll need are from our textbook and then from additional research on a particular leadership style. You don't have to cite leadership styles you don't like. If you don't like them, don't use them. You get to pick what you like in here, which is why also I think this is a great class. So the other thing that I'm going to do on, when we meet, I'm going to go over program information throughout this course. So if you've been around for a while, you're probably not going to like that component of this. But it's important that you know that we're going to go over the ELCC standards and how to start your portfolio that is your administrator portfolio necessary for you to obtain certification at Oklahoma State. All that I care about is this is the first class. I don't care about anything else other than you kind of are sitting here right now and say, I want to finish in 2 years or I want to finish in 3 years, because that's going to make a difference in how you schedule the classes moving forward. We're also going to go over the differences between obtaining a master's degree and getting alternative certification, which in all honesty isn't much. You're going to see that there's a difference of about 12 credits for the degree, where 24 credits are for the alternative certification. So right now, if you're an alt cert, consider getting the other master's degree, and I'll talk about ways that can make you more marketable as you're looking for jobs and positions. So this class is going to meet face-to-face 8 times, 7 of which are going to be in Tulsa. So for those of you that are taking the class in Stillwater right now and are sitting here saying, well, what do I do? You really have 2 options. You can go to Stillwater or you can polycomment, which means you'll meet in a classroom. There'll be a video lecture, very similar to the room I'm in right now. You'll sit at a round table. and the class will be polycommed. The last class will be in Stillwater, and everybody will be required to attend. We'll be doing final presentations for this course and the supervision course that night, and we'll do that up in one of the conference rooms. This course meets first, 4:30 to 7:10. 5473, which is supervision, meets from 7:10 to 10 o'clock. We would flip-flop those and say 1 week we do this course, 1 week we do that course, but the problem is this semester we have a lot of overlap between students taking one class and students taking another, and because of that we really can't do that this term, meaning that if you're in supervision of instruction, it's going to run until 10 o'clock, and for me, I live in Stillwater, I'll be driving 10 o'clock to 11:10, 11:20 back to back this, from Tulsa to Stillwater. The other class, supervision of instruction, meets more, but I will be teaching more from Stillwater than I will from Tulsa, meaning that on weeks that this class is online, there still will be class where you will have to go to, those of you that are Tulsa students, you'll go to Tulsa and you'll watch the Polycom lecture because I'll be teaching from Stillwater. That class is slightly different than this one in the fact that it's more focused on supervision practices, meaning we're going to get people from curriculum and instruction, we're going to get people from agriculture, we're going to have a mix of people in that class. Leadership theory, you're probably a principal cert or a principal alternative certification, or you're getting a master's degree with us. It's the only type of students we get in that class. Supervision of instruction is a hodgepodge and an amalgamation of a lot of different people, meaning that that class meets more frequently and it won't meet like these other educational classes meet. So most of my lectures will be face-to-face. My job is to present the materials and answer any questions that you have. What I also need you to do is take these videos and watch them. If you have questions on a video, write them down, bring them back to me, and we will start class out asking questions about the video. My goal and the purpose of this course is, number one, you know and understand what your leadership style is. Number two, you know and understand what others' leadership styles are. Number three, you know and understand how to mentor people with different leadership styles. I am not trying to convince you that one is better than the other. I am a functional leader. I rely on the adaptive leadership style, meaning that different styles of leadership, different personalities, different presentations of who you are matter based on the context and the environment. I believe wholeheartedly in that. I believe in person-environment fit theory. A lot of what I do is more of the adaptive leadership style. Some of you are going to go with transformational. Some of you are going to go with servant. I don't care what your style is. I care that you know what your style is. That's what matters. 20% of the class will be pertinent to you. That's it. That's what makes this such a unique class and why it's one of the most unique courses we offer. So there are 2 textbooks for the course. You can take this as a breather because I'm going to run down to my office so I can actually hold them up for you. So I won't stop the tape, but I will bring the books down so you can actually see what the books look like. All right, so you had a breather hopefully, and everybody had a breather, and now we're going to get back and I will clearly show you what the books are for the class. So I'm going to hold these up in front of the camera so you can see them. This is the first one. It is Leadership, Theory and Practice, 7th edition, and it is by Nordhaus. This book has 6 other editions. The brand new edition just came out and it is expensive. You need this edition of the book. They changed a lot on what is in this book. You'll need this one by the first week of class, so if you're watching this video, hopefully go and get it. The second one is a new book that's supposed to be a complement. It's called Leadership, Case Studies in Education. Just try to zoom out a little bit here. and it's by Nordhaus and Lee. So what this book does is this book is a companion. The discussion boards in this class basically align with the questions about the different types of leadership. So you'll use this book to answer the questions on to answer the questions on this one. I am normally the type of person that would say, I want to save you money. My goal is, can I save you money? Can you buy an older edition? Can I use an older edition and teach? Because in theory, if I can do that, that makes your life better, makes everybody happier, and everybody wins. The answer to this question is no. I would have used an older edition of this textbook. I would have. But they offered 2 new chapters. They deleted 2 and they added 2 new ones. They added the adaptive leadership chapter, which looks more like the functional form of leadership. And they really changed gender in leadership. Today's climate in education, it's really important that you have that gender and leadership chapter. So I need to use it, I need to do the book, I need to design a really good presentation for that one. And having adaptive leadership, I think, is important in today's context of schools. What did they take out, you might be thinking? Well, it kind of bothers me what they took out. They took out the business models of leadership, which a little bit about my background. You'll get to know me once we meet face to face, but I come from a business mindset in education. My bachelor's degree was as a business education teacher. My master's degree was in instructional leadership, instructional technology, and early childhood education. I got alternatively certified for school principalship, but I have 3 master's degrees. I'm currently finishing my MBA here. Hopefully it'll be done very shortly. And then my PhD was from the University of Pittsburgh, and I had a cognate in educational leadership and policy studies, but my cognate was human resources of management and education. My work is focused on human resources, school finance, and organizational theory and education, all of the business-based courses. So my leadership style is reflective of that. I'm a former elementary school administrator. I taught in public schools for 7 years. I was a high school mathematics, computer science, economics, business, and law teacher. And then I eventually transitioned down into the elementary schools, where I worked with them on implementing keyboarding and computer purchasing down at the elementary schools, which led kind of to my administrative role. So my background is the business background that actually was cut from these textbooks. So it's interesting. If I have you for org theory, we'll take that approach, but for now, it's out of here, and that's fine with me, because I think the issues involving gender are much more pertinent right now in today's climate. So when are assignments due? Please listen to this. All assignments for this course will mostly be due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Will I be upgrading them at this time? No. But Mondays, I normally take off. I don't come into the office on Monday. I work at home out of my home office. I am a quick and rapid and efficient grader. If you submit something, I want to give you good feedback on it, and I want it to be as quick as I possibly can. So if I'm home on a Monday, I'm going to grade. I don't like to get behind. It's important to me that I stay up on my grading. So I'm going to spend Mondays at home doing your grading. I'm driving around a ton this semester. My home is essentially, going to be in Tulsa, even though I live in Stillwater. Because of that, I really need you to be up with the due dates, because Monday is going to be my only down day this term. So I want to wake up, sit in my office and grade and get it all done in one fell swoop, bing, bang, boom, go through the list, give you everything you need, and move on so that I can focus on what I'm going to be teaching the rest of the week. So there are 300 points in this class. 100 of those points will come from the discussion boards. There are 10 of them. I will be asking you questions that are in the case study textbook, but not until week 3 of the course. It gives you time to get it. You're going to spend money on these books. I don't have a way around it. I wish I did, but I don't. I want you to understand what I want for discussion boards. I want theory into practice. I want your real life experiences. I want you to actually give me war stories, because in a leadership class, you need war stories. You need to say, this is what happened, this is what could have been done better, this was effective, this wasn't effective, and then cite something for a textbook that shows what it is. If you go completely based on theory, that is not a good thing. If you have other textbooks to accompany your point of view and cite them, I'm fine with that as well. I have no problem with that. If that's something that can help you and be effective to you, we certainly can do that as well. So there are 5 major assignments for the course. I'm going to talk about each one of them. A resume, a leadership book assignment and a PowerPoint, a personal code of ethics, an educational platform, and a leader paper and a presentation. So the 3rd week of class, it's expected that you design a professional resume. This is one of our program requirements. More or less this is done so I can see it, tweak it, and make it administrative in nature. I want it to look like administrator. I don't want it to look like teacher anymore. I want you to try this. I am concerned with your transition to being a school administrator, and I want you to think like one so that you're successful in your transition. For me, this will be something that you put on the Dropbox, but something that I print in hard copy form, and I give you hand-based feedback on it. So I'll give you the points, but then I will give you hand-based feedback on it. So you will select one book that is popular in the business world, not in the education world. These are books like Our Iceberg is Melting, Good to Great, Built to Last, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Fish, things like that. Go to a bookstore, look for one that looks, the 1 Minute Manager is another good one. Books that look like they are businessy and used for business professional trainings. My goal is for you to create a PowerPoint presentation on that book and write a paper showing how you can use it to teach leadership in a professional development meeting with a group of teachers. When you are an administrator, all eyes are on you. So you have to create this environment for the teachers in your building wherever possible and provide them with the opportunity to really understand what leadership is from different sectors. I think you do this through business books, and it's why I do this assignment. Next, you have a personal code of leadership ethics. This is not what you think it is. I want this to be a poster. I want it to be colorful. I want it to be creative. You don't design a poster for me and actually give me a poster, but I want you to do a Word document or Publisher and do something colorful and creative that uses lots of graphics, lots of words, and focuses on your values as a leader and what you offer to a school environment. Should fit to 1 page. The font can be small. The pictures can be small too. There can be a lot going on the page. I'm fine with that. Remember, this is basically what you would give to somebody that says, here are my values, these are my code of ethics. It can only be 1 page. I am looking for creativity. I will say this, the few times I've taught this class, it has not gone well for some people who don't have the mindset for this and they wait till the last minute. So if you have ideas and drafts in advance, send it to me and let me know. So the big assignment for this class is the educational platform. This is the most important assignment for the class. It's 25% of your final grade, and it is assessed on live text and through NCATE. Don't worry about that now. You'll worry about that soon enough. Every course has 1 assignment that is graded stricter and used for our program accreditation. This is that assignment. You will take your leadership style and you will define your own educational platform around that style. You will reflect. You'll reflect on you as a person, what you can be, but you will provide me research on the leadership style. So this is not about a person. This is not about comparing 2 leadership styles. You are picking one, and you are taking that leadership style. You're learning a lot more about it. You're referencing it, and you're showing how you have been that type of leader, how you can grow as a leader. I guess in theory you could say I was this and I'm becoming this. That's fine. I bet people do that in the past. But honestly, no more than 2. So this is reflective. It's a 7 to 10 page paper, and we use it for program accreditation. Finally, the end project. Mind you, this isn't the end project. This is due around Thanksgiving. The end project is the leader presentation paper. You're going to give me a 7 to 10 minute presentation done during the last week of class, and then a 3 to 4 page research paper that shows me you investigated the leader in depth. Later in the class, you'll select the leader, and you'll incorporate the Nordhaus text into the presentation. So, some other things that I want you to know. This is a bottom-heavy course. Most of the work is due at the end of the course. So, if any of this makes sense to you, you need to look at it early to start the assignments. The reason being is, until I present all the leadership styles, you can't define your leadership style. You can't write your code of ethics. You can't write about a leader in a paper. So you can't do it until we've presented everything. So the lectures are there with YouTube videos to help you revisit the topics as you need to. So the first assignment, and the first thing I want you to do is introduce yourself to me and to the class. We all come from different backgrounds. So please go to the discussion board in D2L and post your introduction.